by way of invitation to deliver this keynote address. The theme of this year's convention is Patriotism, a recipe for development in Edo State. This title for this convention could not have been more timely and apt, considering the challenges but yet opportunities facing our nation and the rest of the world. Please permit me to set the proper context for this keynote address. Now, I just told you, patriotism, a recipe for development in Edo State. Three functional words, maybe three functional words in there. Patriotism, one. A recipe, two. And development, three. So, as a scholar, I don't like to speak in vacuum. I always like to establish the proper context. I look up the dictionary name. Then the second word there, recipe, means a set of instruction that tells you how to prepare something. For example, food. Another meaning can also be a method or idea that seems likely to have a particular goal achieved. Ladies and gentlemen, years of our lives are in academia, various professions, and entrepreneurship. Interestingly, these three components are integral parts of the vision statement of my university, that is Benson Idahosa University, Benin City, Nigeria, to raise academics, professionals, and entrepreneurs who will be effective disciples for Christ by excelling in their various disciplines or fields. Our mission statement is to raise leaders who are complete in spirit, mind, and body. Both statements are encased in our own core purpose of changing Nigeria, not just for change's sake, but changing Nigeria for the better. Stricto sensu, we have among us today distinguished men and women, erudite scholars, world-renowned scientists and inventors. But we must be a better Nigeria. We have also done well for our families, to our state and to our country by way of medical measure, already alluded to, school and hospital renovation project, etc., through the auspices of ENAM. Ladies and gentlemen, these are all laudable achievements worthy of commendation and encouragement. As laudable as this project might be, they cannot be substituted for our physical presence, at home, to help guide and shape the fate or destiny of our state. I'm also aware, until 2 years ago, I was one of you. I'm still one of you in spirit. He's a full professor of biochemistry at Jackson State University. After staying 30 years in this country, the desire for me to return home grew stronger and stronger by the day. It came to a point, each time I would visit, literally I would cry that American has afforded me. I am grateful. But I just believe, thank you, I just believe there is no place like home. The Benin say, Arabubu Owayu, Arayubu Owayu. So I saw point. This should not be the last chapter. Making preparation to go home, I had other opportunities to continue. I said, look, thank you. The next bus stop for me is Benin City to do that. I'm also aware that it might not be a comfortable decision, but that's a decision that each and every one of us must make, whether to return home. You have to calculate whether the time is right. But again, you gotta be willing to take some risk. After all, that is the essence of entrepreneurship. I know some of you've done well in your businesses, all kinds of things. So this is something that you will have to, a decision you have to make for your, more than some of his predecessors were getting. A simple question I ask. Simple question I ask. Okay, well, if he's getting 4 times more than his predecessor, you will expect his predecessor to have done 1/4 of what he has done. It's a simple matter. Show me the 1/4. If you are getting 4 times more, then look at his predecessor who did 4 times less. Then we can have argument. Oshobaba will greet you. Thank you. I'll be done soon. Now, Oshobaba is also an alumnus of Benson Dahusa University. Now that I have taken you on this memory ride for the last 15 minutes, and this is to establish your pedigree, who you are, your DNA, the nucleic acid, to remind you your pedigree, what your ancestors, you can't do less. You cannot do less. Ladies and gentlemen, I can assure you this afternoon that Nigeria, we all once knew and loved very much, is on its way. Well, some people like to say on her way, but it's okay. On her way back.
Chicagoland.
Yes.
2 years ago, I was given the honorable mandate of flying the flag of the greatest country in Africa, the biggest black nation on earth, Africa's biggest economy, to fly the flag as a military attaché to Washington, D.C. at the Embassy of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. When I was coming, I had a fair expectation of what I was coming to face. But what I did not know was the degree of reception that the Edo people have for their own.
Yes.
And the first city I got to was this beautiful windy Chicago. The Akugbe Teen Club gave me a great welcome reception. That was the first time in all my military career that I have been recognized by my own people, and indeed I felt honored. So when this invitation came for me to come do a talk at the Edo National Convention being hosted by the same Akugbe Teen Club, I said, that is yes, yes, yes. So for all the hardworking members of Akugbe Teen Club, for all the great guys in the Akugbe Teen Club of Chicago, please give them a big round of applause. Thank you very much. Last week at the embassy, we had a lot of Nigeria that are hosting their convention this same weekend. The Edo Nation in Chicago, the World Igbo Forum in Houston, the Igala Nation in Washington, D.C. All of them wanted same thing from the embassy, a representation, and then the consular and immigration services to come take care of Nigerians who want passports and visas. So we had a meeting with the ambassador, all of us diplomatic staff. He said, where should the machine go? We have a larger population in Houston, World Igbo Congress. He said, in Washington, D.C., where the Ikala people are coming, I don't have to pay to move staff anywhere. 6. Next slide. 6. 10. 11. So we stop there. The United States of America is not even the greatest country to live on earth. That's not my opinion. That's the opinion of the survey report. Now let's go to Africa and see what are the. Are we there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The microphone for 2 minutes, but I'm under so much pressure to round up and go back to my seat. My boss, sir. I'm sorry, sir, that I cannot give you the microphone for 2 minutes, sir. So I want to quickly round up, knowing that His Excellency is here. He has taken note of the problem and is taking concrete steps to address it. He has very good advisors, capable and competent generals like my teacher, General Morege, who are assisting him. I have no doubt that in those states, that problem will be tackled. But what is the government of the United States of America doing about it? They also recognize the problem. So this year, President Barack Obama inaugurated the Young Africa Leadership Initiative Program, otherwise renamed Nelson Mandela Program. Back to the slide, please. The Nelson Mandela Fellowship.
It becomes mysterious. It's a myth. But our Ashok governor today displayed what it is. I have been crying on your behalf to the director of operations in the governor's office, the chief of staff, that we would love for our governor to be with us a little bit longer. But he will do his best. You all know what's happened in Dallas? But our governor surprised us today. When he walked in, he caught everybody unawares.
Yes.
It's just like your dad, when he comes home unannounced. He's supposed to close at 4:30, but at 2 o'clock he's home to see. There's a biblical reference to the action of our governor. But I just want to say thank you. There's a lot that has been said about you. Last year, we put it into action by presenting a distinguished artifact to show our support. You become to the convention for a few years. So as other governors. But the ENA, even if it costs less than $1, or if it costs us 1,000, I'm sure the governor will say, why are you going to spend $1,000 to buy me something? Perhaps some think that it wants more than that. But you have heard all the accolades. I may not have the words of a professor. All I just want to say on behalf of all the those, thank you. Please join me to give a rousing round of applause for our executive governor of our state, the man who has inspired leadership in the name of the citadel. The Ashok governor. Thank you. Those are words that you cannot to find the meaning. It speaks for itself. The governor has challenged us as an organization. I want to see an Isha man here. I want to see an African man here. I want to see a united Edo organization, and I recognize you. We have medical professionals, doctors, know our brother, and recognition to Dr. Bobby Idusui, who is the ENF Medical Mission Director. Yes, Dr. Idusui. Thank you very much, Dr. Idusui. A very humble gentleman that is a renowned surgeon in the state of Illinois, and he has supported us. We are going to places. We are going to villages. I was speaking to
Illinois. Those are the entourage of Mr. Governor of Edo State, which includes the chairman and secretary of the APC Edo State chapter, Mr. Speaker, and members of the State of the House of Assembly, chairman of the governor's economic team, honorable commissioners, executive directors, SSAs, and of course other very senior party leaders like Mrs. Adams and others here present.
Yes.
Representative of your Monoba Nedu Kwa Polopolo, Oba Eredia Wari, Oba of Benin, Oba Atokbe. Yes. Traditional rulers from our beloved Edo State here present, welcome you. Of course, other very, very senior and distinguished citizens of Edo State also visiting from Nigeria, like Senator Ege Uzamiri, Engineer Ogemoyi, Dr. Egiamusoy, and of course our former Deputy Governor of Edo State, Honorable Lucky Maswen. Fellow members of Council of Presidents of ENAL, and the entire membership of ENAL, which of course includes the organizing Akugoreti in Chicago Club, and of course to you all, my fathers and mothers and my brothers and sisters. In the introduction and presentation of the Comrade Governor, your own governor, our own governor, and the people's governor, to this very distinguished and cerebral audience, I ask myself the question, where do I start from? And that is because the Comrade Governor, your own governor, no matter what prism or no matter what box of the social and political cinematography want to look at it from, is an enigma. A political Scythian conundrum still waiting there. We demotically, or if you like, we popularly refer to him as Oshio Baba, or Oshio Quick, or Oshio the Miracle Worker, or Oshio Political Tsunami. My brothers and sisters, let us not forget in a hurry due to amnesia that at the time the Comrade Governor was saddled with the responsibility of governance, Edo State was swimming in a pestilential and deleterious aqua of political phantasmagoria, economic quagmire, and infrastructural anomaly.